last night when I talked, you acted like you didn't even know you were nominated for the Hall of Fame.
Well, Jim, you know what? I was up in Alaska doing a basketball camp, and I left my phone in the room. So when you called, it's when I first found out about it. But you know what? It's such a great honor. When you play this game, you play the game for the love of it, for the camaraderie of team sport, and to win championships. So to be singled out and looked at as my as an individual, I'm very, very humbled and very pleased and blessed.
You mean you never thought you'd get into the Hall of Fame?
Jim, that's not something I had my mind set on or anything like that. For me, it was about making the pros. For me, about doing something significant with the team. I was blessed to play with some great players in Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, just to name a few. And we won championships. And to me, that's kind of like where it ended. This is bigger. And I said one of the biggest accomplishments that I've ever got from a competitor when Larry Bird said I was the toughest player he had to guard, that he had to go against. This surpasses that by miles and miles. To be with a chance to go into the Hall of Fame with so many great players through the years, I mean, it's just amazing, man.
What has today been like for you with calls coming in from everywhere?
Jim, you know what? Usually my phone, and I'm not a big tech person with my phone. I mean, I have my phone in case there's an emergency or just to stay in touch with people. But it's just been a lot of texts, calling, and I've actually put it on mute and I try not to answer. But, it's all well. Everybody wishing me well, telling me congratulations. And, that's always fun when your friends and people can reach out and touch you in that aspect.
What have you heard from the Hall of Fame about what's going to happen within the next few weeks?
Jim, I haven't heard anything. I really haven't paid attention to it. In the back of my mind, though, I'm wishing everything goes well, the panel. But I'm with some distinguished other players, Chris Bosh, Marcus Johnson, Paul Pierce, Hardaway, Chris Webber, just to name a few. And just to be in that group with a chance to go into the Hall, I mean, is absolutely fantastic. But I haven't heard anything from them, and I'm purposely staying away from it. I like to feel that 2021 is my year because it's my jersey number, so I'm hoping that works out well for me.
Okay, that's the good sign right there. 21, Michael Cooper going into the Hall of Fame.
Jim, if that happens, Jim, I'm a sensitive and emotional kind of guy, and if that were to happen, I would like to come on your show, and you can see me publicly crying, okay? Because that's what I'm going to do. I mean, what an honor, man. You play this game, and you never think that that the road would lead to the Hall. And if I were to get in there, man, that's it. Speechless.
Michael Cooper into the Hall of Fame, then you really would be immortal.
Well, that's a good ring to it. And it might, hopefully I can get a couple more spots on your sports shows if I'm a Hall of Famer.
Hey, I'm just telling you now, we're gonna hold you to that. We're gonna hold you to that because when you get in, you got to come in. We can sit down and laugh and joke and have a lot of fun. But it's really amazing. You've always been a team player, but now this is an individual award that you are kind of shying away from.
Well, like I said, I've never been the person to kind of like want a lot of the spotlight. I've done things in the community. I think my body of work speaks for itself over the years, the things I've done through the Lakers and with the Lakers. So I don't want the light to shine on me in that aspect. But you know what, in a sense, if my body of work explains that, then I'm willing to take it. And what better way to end up is in the Hall. Jim, you're going to make me cry.
No, we don't. You know what? It's okay to cry because these are tears of joy. Because you brought so much joy to Lakers fans everywhere. Now it's time for that light to shine on you from an individual standpoint.
Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And for some reason that it doesn't, just the fact that I was in the finalists with an opportunity to go in will be like a personal patch I'll wear of success. But, I still feel that I'm in there. If I don't get in, I'm in there with Kareem. I'm in there with Worthy. I'm in there with Magic. And a lot of the great Laker players over the years, again, with some of the people that I played against. Whatever happens, Jim. I'll be satisfied.
You should call and talk to Magic and ask him what it was like the days leading up to him being elected into the Hall of Fame. That's some good advice you can get from him.
You know what? Probably is. I might do that. But I talked to Kareem, and it's an emotional, touching thing because, again, the Hall of Fame is like the ultimate place that a basketball player would want to land. And like I said, I've always played this game for the recognition of team, and to be there among some of my teammates, as well as many other people I went against, Jim, will be something great. And Kareem says, Cooper, it's like nothing you'll ever experience. And I want to experience that. I really do.
When did you talk to Kareem?
I talked to Kareem, this was last week. Kareem and I have been in constant contact through some endeavors that we're doing away from basketball. And we did a venture with UCLA Health where we're talking about the COVID vaccinations. And on the side, we got to talking about that. And he was telling me, Coop, congratulations, man. I'm wishing you well. So I was saying, Cap, you know what? You are so articulate. You're so smart. If that were to happen, would you please write my speech for me? He told me, nope, that has to come from your heart.
Oh, yeah, that has to come from your heart. You have to write your own speech. But then there is someone who will be your presenter.
That's what I've been told, Jim. Like, again, all this is foreign and new to me. So I'm going to wait till things settle down and wait till, if it happens, then I'll think about that. But right now, I'm just very, very honored that they would even be thinking about considering me.
After it happens, then we're going to do this again. Then you will certifiably be Hall of Fame.
And you don't have to say that, Jim. You're going to have to, that's going to be my introduction there. Not five-time champion Los Angeles Lakers, not defensive player of the year, but you add those with and a Hall of Famer. And Jim, you know what? I'm going to cry. I'm letting you know now. This conversation, I'm going to cry.